Hi there. It's April 20th and time for Proverbs at 20. And we are struggling through this Living Bible this month. We're finding a lot of stuff I don't agree with, me personally. Not that it's wrong, but they could have said it better, okay, for a paraphrase. So let's begin. Wine gives false courage and hard liquor leads to brawls. What fools men are to let it master them, making them reel drunkenly down the street. Okay, the word for word just says, it is not wise. Okay. That stuff's good. Yeah. And that's true. Liquor is a horrible thing. 2. The king's fury is like that of a roaring lion. To rouse his anger is to risk your life. Right. We don't have kings in America, so. But I imagine if you're like over in North Korea, where Kim Jong-un is the supreme ruler, he has executed people for watching the wrong TV show. Okay? It's crazy. 3. It is an honor for a man to stay out of a fight. Only fools insist on quarreling. Okay, no, they don't go far enough over here, okay? Where it says, avoiding strife is honor for a person, but any fool will quarrel. Okay? It says to avoid strife. Okay? An honor for a man to stay out of a fight. I have never been in a fight in my entire life. I'm 64 and I've never been in a fight. Okay? Mostly because when I was young, I was very small and scrawny, and it was out of fear that I never fought. But I've never been in a fight. And yeah, I have been honored for that. It's like, wow, that's really neat. But avoiding strife. There's been plenty of strife in my life. Okay, sometimes constant strife. So avoiding strife and staying out of a fight is kind of not taking it far enough for me. If you just stay out of a fight, avoid strife. Number 4, if you won't plow in the cold, you won't eat in the harvest. Lazy one does not plow after autumn. So that would make sense. 5. Though good advice lies deep within a counselor's heart, the wise man will draw it out. I don't know where they got the word counselor from, because it's person. A plan in the heart of a person is like deep water. A wise man will draw it up. A plan and good advice. Okay? They just say it differently. 6, most people will tell you that what loyal friends they are, but are they telling the truth? Question. Many a person proclaims his own loyalty, but who can find a trustworthy person? Right. The only way to tell if a friend is loyal is to get in trouble and see if they're still there. But who wants to do that, right? 7, it is a wonderful heritage to have an honest father. It's true. I have an honest father, and that is a good heritage. And that's what, a righteous person walks in his integrity. How blessed are his sons after him. Good statement. 8, a king sitting as judge weighs all the evidence carefully, distinguishing true from false. Disperses all evil in his eyes. All right. You could say a judge weighs all evidence carefully, distinguishing true from false, but not necessarily true nowadays, is it? 9. Who can ever say, I have cleansed my heart, I am sinless? Yeah, it didn't change that much. Can you say that? As soon as you said that, you have just sinned. So, the Lord despises every kind of cheating, or weights and measures again. Diverse weights and measures. Which is cheating, but they talk about differing weights and measures are abominable to the Lord. And we've talked about that plenty of times. People cheat on their scales and stuff. 11. The character of even a child can be known by the way he acts, whether what he does is pure and right. It is by his deeds that a boy distinguishes himself, makes himself known, if his conduct is pure and right. Okay? That's good. And that's true. I mean, you can tell with some kids. 12. If you have good eyesight and good hearing, thank God who gave them to you. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. Okay, we'll go with that. If you love sleep, you will end in poverty. Stay awake, work hard, and there will be plenty to eat. Right? Do not love sleep, you will become poor. Pretty much. 14. Very familiar with this verse. Utterly worthless as the buyer as he haggles over a price, but afterwards he brags about his bargain. That's true. They put that very well. I will give them that one. Okay? Bad says a buyer, but when he goes away, then he boasts. I have often paraphrased this to the same thing, It's just a statement, and it's a true statement. People do that. They're proud that they've taken advantage of somebody. God doesn't like that either. 15. Good sense is far more valuable than gold or precious jewels. Knowledge. The lips of knowledge are a more precious thing. Good sense comes from knowledge, I suppose, but good sense is also something you're just born with. Okay. 16. It is risky to make loans to strangers. This probably talks about, take his garment when it becomes a guarantor for a stranger, and for foreigners, seize a pledge from him. Right. That's very oversimplified. Okay. Get a collateral. Yeah. Some men enjoy cheating, but the cake they buy with such ill-gotten gain will turn into gravel in their mouths. The cake. Bread obtained by a lie is sweet to a person, but afterwards his mouth will be filled with gravel. Right. It's true. Don't go ahead with your plans without advice from others. Don't go to war until they agree. Make war by wise guidance. We're not going to highlight that. 19. Don't tell your secrets to a gossip unless you want them broadcast to the world. There you go. That's a true statement, huh? One who goes about as a slanderer reveals secrets, therefore do not associate with a gossip. You know how I feel about gossip, huh? And that's true. Once you're labeled as a gossip, your friends will be very few and far between. Because nobody wants to trust you. 20. God puts out the light of the man who curses his father or mother. His lamp will go out in time of darkness. There you go, rubbing my eyes again. Allergies. Yeah. Don't curse your parents. Some people do. 21. Quick wealth is not a blessing in the end. That's true. Very, very simply put, but it is very true. An inheritance gained in a hurry at the beginning will not be blessed in the end. Okay. All right. You ever known anybody that got an inheritance? I have. Some people, this couple's married for 60, 70 years, spent all their life saving and scrimping and leave a nice inheritance for their kids, and they blow through it in less than a year. They're broke again. After spending 60 years collecting, the kids go through it and they are broke. And it is not a blessing, because they usually end up in more debt than they were in the first place, thinking the money will never run out. Then it does, and then you may have only been $10,000 in debt before, but you got $500,000, and now it's gone and you're $100,000 in debt. Happens that way, especially with an inheritance, especially with the lottery. Almost nobody that wins the lottery ever has any money, a year or so down the line. 22. Don't repay evil for evil. Wait for the Lord to handle the matter. Right. Wait for the Lord and He will save you. Do not get even. Okay? That's important. It's hard too, because you want to get even, but you're not supposed to. That's repaying evil for evil. The Lord loathes all cheating and dishonesty. That's probably shorter too, okay? Differing weights are an abomination of the Lord, and a false scale is not good. We're making this stuff blue that is better explained in a word-for-word translation. Since the Lord's directing our steps, why try to understand everything that happens along the way? A man's steps are ordained by the Lord. How then can a person understand his way? It doesn't say why try to understand it. It says, how can you understand it? It's like, the Lord's directing my steps, so I'm not worried about anything. 25. It is foolish and rash to make a promise to the Lord before counting the cost. Yeah. People do that, People do that all the time. All the time. It is a trap for a person who scarcely it is holy, and after the vows to make inquiry. It's like if you're in trouble and you pray, God, if you get me out of this, I'll give you half my income for the rest of my life. And then you realize afterwards, I can't afford to give half my income away. That's a foolish thing to do. 26. A wise king stamps out crime by severe punishment. Right. 27. A man's conscience is the Lord's searchlight, exposing his hidden motives. Now that's a man's spirit, okay? Let's see what it says over here. See, the spirit of a person is the lamp of the Lord, searching the innermost parts of his being, okay? I talked yesterday, the day before, about our three parts: body, soul, spirit. And the spirit, a person's spirit, is the lamp of the Lord. I said it belongs to the Lord, but that's the light. He sees what's inside. He sees what's going on because of your spirit. And a human spirit is very much alive and can be crushed. A lot of what Satan tries to do is to crush the human spirit. Like, you look at it, people in like North Korea or severe dictatorships, their spirit has been crushed. The light has gone out, and the Lord is not there. So his conscience, this will say spirit, right? Literally spirit. Right? If it's literally spirit, they should have said spirit. A man's spirit. Okay. If a king is kind, honest, and fair, his kingdom stands secure. Are there any places like that? Heaven. 29. The glory of young men is their strength. Of old men, their experience. I think it says gray hair over here. Right? All right. The glory of young men is their strength, and the honor of old men is their gray hair. Okay. I mean, experience is good. Okay, but it says gray hair, right? Literally, the hoary head. The gray hair. I'll admit, I'm not strong anymore. 30. Punishment that hurts chases evil from the heart. Bruising wounds clean away evil, and blows cleanse the innermost part. All right. I like to learn before it comes to that. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 20. Let's see what we highlighted in here. I highlighted stuff they say differently, okay? Lying is false. Courage, hard liquor leads to brawls. What fools men are to let it master them. Become alcoholics, right? Making them reel drunkenly down the street. Exclamation point. And it just says whoever is intoxicated by drink or drunk, okay, is not wise. It says it's not smart. And just make them reel drunkenly down the street. I don't know where they got that from that. We'll leave that alone. Okay. Highlighted part of 3. That just because it sounds weird. They didn't say enough. It is an honor for a man to stay out of a fight when it's avoiding strife. Okay. Avoid strife. Yeah, a fight is a strife, but it needs to go farther than just staying out of a fight. Okay. You need to avoid those situations in the first place. And we highlighted 5. Good advice lies deeper than a counselor's heart. And I really don't know where they even got that. It says, a plan in the heart of a person is like deep water. But a person of understanding will draw it out. Maybe a counselor can draw it out. Okay. Or a wise man. So just differences to point out. And this is just a good statement. It is a wonderful heritage to have an honest father. And if you didn't have an honest father, then be an honest father. And we had at 11, the character of even a child can be known by the way he acts, whether what he does is pure and right. That's right. You can tell a lot about a person by the way they act, by the way they treat animals, by the way they treat people that can do nothing for them in return. Okay? You know the true nature of a person? Watch how he treats somebody that can do absolutely nothing for him in return. Like an animal. Or, person. Homeless person. See how they treat him. Even a kid, you can tell their character by the way they treat animals and things. By the way they treat their toys. Or the way they treat other kids. I let it 14. Utterly worthless as the buyer as he haggles over the price, but afterwards brags about his bargain. That's well put. Okay, that one is actually well put. Okay, I think 15. This good sense is far more valuable than gold or precious jewels. It's knowledge. The lips of knowledge are a more precious thing. Okay? 19, we highlighted, don't tell your secrets to a gossip unless you want them broadcast to the world. Right. Do not associate with a gossip. And y'all know who those people are too, you know. They're the ones that go, did you hear what so-and-so did? Don't want to. Sorry, have a nice day. Just stay away from people like that. And if you are that person, you have a lot of repenting to do. Okay, we talked about this. Quick wealth is not a blessing in the end, or an inheritance gained in a hurry at the beginning will not be blessed in the end. Right? We talked about that at length. Don't repay evil for evil. Wait for the Lord to handle the matter. Right? 22. That's a hard one for us. Don't get even. Okay? Somebody wrongs you and you want to get even with them. Now you're doing a wrong, which is a sin. You need to let the Lord take care of that. And you may not see it anytime soon, but at some point it will. Okay. 23, it's blue. The Lord loathes all cheating and dishonesty. When it's differing weights are an abomination to the Lord, and a false scale is not good. I'm talking about weights and scales, but it is cheating and dishonesty. But very generalizing term. We'll highlight it 25. It is foolish and rash to make a promise to the Lord before counting the cost. And people do that. People do that a lot. We highlighted a man's conscience is the Lord's searchlight exposing his hidden motives. Now this is actually a spirit, okay? That's like calling the Holy Spirit God's conscience. When it's the Holy Spirit. Yeah. Men are created in the image of God, and we have a spirit too, okay? A human spirit. And that is the lamp of the Lord. And that's what we highlighted. That's Proverbs 20 for April 20th. So, here we have it. I'm not sure what we're doing in our the Bible. Oh, okay, and we're starting 2 Samuel today in our Through the Bible in 1 year. I think David's going to become king today. I mean, getting all kinds of trouble. David's whole life was constant turmoil. But it's fun reading about what happened in history. So, there you have it. That's Proverbs 20 for April 20. Stay tuned for the Through the Bible in 1 year later on today, where we're starting 2 Samuel. But until next time, stay humble, stay away from strife, stay away from gossips, and all the good advice he has. Let it sink in. See you next time.